Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the sections and development of a cone of base diameter 40 mm and height 60 mm. It is resting on its base on HP. A section plane inclined 40 degree to HP passes to the midpoint of the axis. At first, we have to draw the XY line. Here we can draw the XY line. Then we can draw the circle of base diameter 40 on the top view because it's resting on its base on HP. We can take the radius 20. Now draw a circle. Now we need to divide to 8 parts. 45 here, 45 here, 45 degree, the 45 degree here also. Now we can draw the front view. Now we can complete the front view. Now we can name it. So here this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. On the top view, we mark the generators. This is the apex O, the axis bottom P. So here it will be P dash and O dash. Here it will be A dash, B, then H, B dash, comma, H dash, C, P, G, C dash, P dash, and G dash in same point. Then D, after that F, D dash, F dash, and E dash. So we mark the points on the front view also. Now we have to mark the section plane which is inclined 40 degrees to HP and passes to the midpoint of the axis. So we take the midpoint over here. We have to draw a line, passes to the midpoint. So this is our reference line. Now we have to mark a 40-degree inclination. We mark the 40-degree inclination over here. Now we can complete the section plane. We can mark the section plane here. And now we have to mark the points over the section plane. So on OA it will be 1, OB it will be 2, OC here it will be 3, OD it will be 4, OE it will be 5, OF it will be 6, OG it will be 7, OH it will be 8. So we mark the points over here. Then we need to find the top view of the section. So we have to mark the lines here. One to OA. So one here, 2 for OB and OH, 2 and 8. So here it's 1, here it's 2 and 8. 4 to OD and 6 to OF. So here it's 4, Here it's 6. The last one to OE. Here it's 5. But when we look here, the 3 and 7, we can't find a point here. So we have to draw line to the true length of the slant height or the generator. Here we mark the point here. Then we need to draw a line on the top view here. So we mark a point here. Then with the help of the compass, we can mark the points here. We take the distance and mark the points here. So this extra distance is equal to the height. So here it will be 7 and 3. Now we can complete this shape over here. We can find an ellipse shape over here. Now with 45-degree lines, we can mark the hatching. So we mark the hatching lines over here. So this is the top view of the section. Now we have to draw the true shape of the section. For that, we take the distance, this tilted line, and each point we have to mark it on the XY line. So we first take the distance over here and we mark it from here. So we make this distance here 1 to 5 and mark it here. So this is 1 and this is 5, and now we going to mark the next distance 1 2 1 2 1 3 1 3 1 4 1 4 and the small distance 1 5, that is already taken 1 5. So here 1, this is 2 and 8, here 3 7 4 6 and 5. Now we need to mark lines, projection lines from here, because when we look 90-degree we can find the true shape. So that's why we draw the lines perpendicular to the points. Now we have to draw the horizontal lines from each points. At first we can mark the 1 and 5. So 1 5 is marked. Now we need to mark the 2, 2 here, then 3, 3 here, 4, 4 over here, and 5 we already marked. Then we can go for the 6, 6 over here, 7, 7 over here, and 8, 8 over here. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Now we need to close this points. Again, we need to draw the 45-degree hatching lines. So right now we have completed the true shape of the section. Now we have to draw the development of the truncated cone. For that we need the line over here. So this is the true shape or true length of the generator. We need to mark the distance over here. We can set one scale parallel to the line and the second set as a guide. Here we can get the parallel line. Once again, you can watch it clearly. One line is kept parallel. The second one is act as a guide, will act as a guide. So we draw the line. Now we have to mark this distance from here. So we get the distance over here. Now we have to find an angle, the interior angle of the arc. The development of a cone is an arc. So the interior angle of the arc is theta degree, which is equal to 360 multiplied by radius of the base circle divided by true shape of the generator. Here the R is 20. You can see it from here. Here it is 20, and L, with the help of a scale we can mark the distance. It is around 6.4, so we can take it as 64. Then theta degree will be around 112.5 degree. So we need to take 112 over here. 1 2 Need to draw the line over here, and we can even mark the distance and close the circle arc. The next thing we need to do is to divide this arc into 8 equal parts. For that we are using the angle bisector. So we draw an arc over here and point out another arc. We get the first line. The next We can repeat like this. We can draw an arc over here and we can close it here. Similar thing from here also. We can again divide this portion. So we get the next 4 points. We can even close that also. The next point, we can close the arc. Next point. Yes. So now we have to name it. Here it is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and A. Now it's time to plot these points to this arc. So we can draw perpendicular lines, parallel lines, perpendicular to the projection lines over here, or the XY, the parallel lines from the XY. Point 1 over here, you can mark it here. 2, 2 and 8. So over here, you can mark it here. 3, 7, mark it here. 4, 6, mark it here. The last one, 5. So we get the distance. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now it's time to draw the distance 1 to A and the last A. 2 to B and H, 8 to H. 3, 3 to C and 7 to G. 4, 4 to D and 6 to F. 5 to E over here. So these are the points. So we can mark 1 over here and here. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Now we need to draw with smooth curve passing through the points. This is the smooth curve we need to draw, and we have to darken the arc right now. The first and the last. No need to darken the generators. Here also we need to dark the truncated portion, only the outer. Here it is already darkened here, and this also, and the outer circle. Now we can do the dimension. So there are three dimensions are given. So 40 mm, 60 mm, and the 40 degree. So we can mark it here. Sixty, 5, that means diameter 40. Then this angle, you can mark this angle 40 degree passes through the midpoint. So we can mark the midpoint over here also, over here. 30. So this is the development of this truncated cone, and the true shape of the section is shown here. Thank you.